What is up, YouTube? It's Hashra Elements coming back to you with a brand new freaking video, man. And today, we're talking champions. 16 days left. I repeat, 16 days left of the global event. 16 days left of being a master rank competitor, the highest rank they can get in Pokemon Champions. And what I'm gonna do is orchestrate and show you guys the best team builds that I personally found very successful in my playthrough. A lot of people have been doing a lot of creative teams, a lot of essential teams, and honestly guys, I find it very substantially freaking goated to see so many people use so many different unique mons, which honestly I'm very blessed to be going against. I went against a Scovalian today, right, with a Mega. I know what the Mega does, I know what the Scovalian does, it's a Gen 9 Pokemon, but I just didn't know what it actually had in VGC. Because when we go against Whimsicott, we got Prankster ability, we got Tailwind, we got Hurricane, you know, we got Helping Hand, we got Encore, or Chaladons with the ability Stamina, you know what I mean, Electroshock. You can pair it with like a bunch of like water types with like Pelipper, you know, Drizzle, Politoed too as well, to get that Electroshock going in one shot. Charizards have been absolutely substantially freaking goated. And me, personally, in the meta, I've been using Charizards a lot with Tyranitards, which is cool. We got the global challenge here. And I want to show you guys that I'm legitimately the real deal in here, man. So the season ends in 15 days, and you can see I'm master rank freaking competitor of all competitors, baby. But first things foremost, I want to show you guys, like, the essential items, right? I want to show you guys that where you can do. So where you want to buy items and stuff like that, you want to go to the shop menu. And once you load this up, because it takes a little time to just load up the, you know, the shop and stuff like that, and you get to go to the premium shop. I already got my battle pass, and I got my membership pass too as well. This pretty much gives you benefits to getting a bunch of like box spaces. And this right here, the premium battle pass, gives you like Mega Stones, and it gives you a lot of essential items that you can unlock throughout the battle pass. But hear me out. You can buy all these held items in here, which are very substantial. We can go through like every item, but I'm just gonna show you what it has because the video will take a little bit longer than it needs to. But however though, these are all the items that I own currently right now because I'm using these in the meta. We got Mega Stones we could buy, which is super cool. We got, and I'll show you guys all the Mega Stones that are you able to use right now too as well. So we got the Venusaur. I can buy all of these. As you guys can see, I'm really competitive. I got 61,000 VP points, which is really freaking awesome. And these are all the Mega Evolutions that I have, and these are all the Mega Evolutions you can get. Clothing, you got a bunch of different styles of variants of options that you can choose. We got jackets, we got hand gloves, we got, you know, pants, we got shoes, you name it, socks. I really loved it. I can't wait for the update too, though, so we can see a lot more of a variety of options that we're gonna get. We got beanies, my boy, we got dripped out stuff, we got hair and cosmetics. We got pre-battle poses, which is really cool. I bought a couple already, which I bought this one. I might want to buy, let's see. Let's buy this one. I want to attain this. Eventually, my goal in here as a competitor is to buy every single thing, but I want to wait till like I'm at like the 100Ks to 100,000 VP points so I can buy literally everything. Because I know we're going to get updates. We're probably going to get more battle styles. We're going to get more throwing styles. We're going to get more battle songs. And guess what these battle songs are? Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Bro, when I heard this, and you know you had a trainer or a gym battle, oh my god. You already know it was time for smoke, baby. This is the Johto song. Man, was it some progress? Was it some progression? Was it some heat mentality, baby, when this song came on, baby? And of course, Fire Red and Leaf Green. One of the oldest nostalgics of all time. Absolutely fucking phenomenal. I loved it. So I want to show you guys what it has, right? I want to show you how to get in detail in the game. Also, how to train your Pokemon. This is where you go. You go to the Pokemon training, right? You pick a certain Pokemon. Like for instance, Dragon Pole. I brought him over. I low-key want to buy him. I want to low-key want to use him. Terra Blast, you can't use that because that's a Gen 9 Mon. But let's just put Double Edge for that matter. And you can, you know, commence trainer, you can switch the abilities. The cool thing about this, it tells you the abilities too as well. Clear Body, Curse Body, and Infiltrate. Infiltrate is while using its moves, Pokemon ignores its effect status like Light Screen, Reflect, and Aurora Veil, which is great. So if you guys set up that, it will ignore it. Timid Nature for speed. This is how you guys actually build Mons. And this is how you actually build Mons. So I want to leave. carry out what I'm training. These are all the Pokemon that I have currently that I brought over. Yes, I brought over an Eternal Floette, the only Floette Pokemon with a Mega Stone that you can receive through an actual mail, exclusively mail, gifted mail, and you have to transfer your Legends of ZA actual Mon over here because this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing that you can do, which is super freaking cool, and I'm super freaking excited about that. Also, two I'm including there too as well. I want to show you my replica teams, guys. I have 2 teams that I shared my battle IDs for, and these teams have done really freaking well. So I want to view these details. This team got me to Ultra Ball, and I'm really, really proud of this team. I worked on this team, and I'm really, really proud of this team. So we have Dragonite with Inner Focus. So a lot of Pokemon like Intimidators want to come in there, and they want to get the benefit of doubt of lowering your Dragonite because Dragonite's a physical Mon. It'll ignore that. You have Aerial Ace. You have Extreme Speed. That's a priority move. No matter what, Extreme Speed is always going to hit like a truck, and Extreme Speed is always going to go first. Even in Tailwinds, even in Trick Rooms, Extreme Speed is a priority move, and that's what's going to work. Outrage, which is really good. It's pretty much randomized on what it hits, but Outrage has a lot of coverage. Lumberry, like say if it gets paralyzed, like say essentially gets to sleep, Lumberry takes those effects off and removes them instantly. Protect, because sometimes you got to play defensively, and you got to be defensive too as well. Primarina, man, what a beautiful freaking Mon. The ability Liquid Voice, I love it because it turns normal type moves into water type moves, which is absolutely chef's freaking kiss, which I absolutely freaking love. It is super cool. Moonblast, which is gonna defeat dragon types, man, which are super really annoying in this meta right now. So, and speaking of that too as well, a Moonblast has a potential chance to actually lower a special attack from a special attacking Mon, or anybody that encounters it when it gets hit by it, FYI. Hyper Voice is a double move. When you're doing double battles, right, you want to be able to hit 2 Mons at once if it's a possibility. So if we're seeing fire types, ground types, and rock types, this is where like Primarina actually blossoms, because Hyper Voice turns into a water type move and you're able to double up in one punch. Also, Haze is very important here, guys, and especially if you have like Dragonites going like with like Dragon Dances, you know, King Gambit's going with Sword Dances, and you're in a situation where you want to eliminate those stats. Primarina right here is the best possible monster that you're going to be able to essentially use, because what this Haze does, Haze eliminates every single stat in the game. Eliminates every single stat in the game, and it re-enhances it to what your Pokemon used to have. So all those buffs are getting debuffed. And of course, Protect is there because I really want to play it safe. Sometimes we're going against electric type Mons, like, you know, Rotoms for that matter, which can be really annoying. Also, I've seen some Raichus and some Pikachus in there with like Lightning Rod. So even if you go against a Darcheladon, you got to prioritize, you know, that situation. So Protect is very substantial. Also, we made a Sun team. This is based on a Sun team and based on a Sand team. And what I love about this team so much, man, is Garchomp is the MV freaking P in here, dude. Because Garchomp right here is just hitting like a mother freaking truck. This guy out here is ready for the smoke, and this guy's out here is ready for some bombs. I put Choice Scarf because it's max speed and max attack, but with Choice Scarf, it's always going to go faster in Trick Rooms. It's always going to go faster in Tailwinds. This is always going to outspeed a lot of these things. And also, it doesn't matter what Mon you have out there when it comes to Pokemons. Garchomp is always going to be outfasting everything because it's one of the most highest stats and speeds. And I'll show you guys the speeds right now too as well. But with the Choice Cards, actually evaluates the speed. And also, Sand Veil actually gives them an additional boost when the Sandstorm is good. So this is why I like Tyranitar and Garchomp, because you can pair these guys as essentially absolutely chef's kiss. Because when you have Tyranitar with Sandstream, it protects it from a lot of like, you know, recoil moves and stuff like that, which is absolutely substantial. Also, Sandstream actually boosts your ability and speed too as well with a Citrus Berry, because sometimes, you know, you get hit hard. Tyranitar's right there is legitimately trying to survive, so it can knock out a lot of mons. I put Rock Slide because Rock Slide, you're able to hit 2 monsters at once. And Rock Slide has the ability to flinch. And man, when it comes to RNG in our favor, man, it's super goated. To see a flinch gives you an opportunity to attack again when you're not going to get attacked at all. Iron Head has a potential chance to flinch too, which is absolutely awesome. I really like Iron Head because that's the potential. So when you hit a Pokemon, it has a 25% chance to legitimately have a Pokemon flinch. So when it flinches, the Pokemon can't attack you. Knockoff is very important. The good thing about knockoff is when you hit knockoff, it takes off any item. So if you go against any item on any Pokemon, you hit knockoff, that item is gone. No matter what it is, it's absolutely gone. That item that it has on that Pokemon is gone because of knockoff low kick, because it's a Pokemon, and sometimes you just want to fight, you know, beat up those steel types, man, and those normal types, like those Snorlaxes that you're gonna see. Low kick is really substantial. Man, shout out to Charizard, shout out to Venusaur, bro, shout out to the Kanto region, baby. Dude, this pair right here is awesome, because you have the Garchomp and Tyranitar, right? You always want to start off with Garchomp and Tyranitar, but if not, you want to start off with Charizard and Venusaur. The good thing about Charizard and Venusaur is that they uniquely just match up so perfectly, because you're going in there with Charizard, right? You're already immune to like earthquakes and stuff like that, right? Which is really, really cool and important, right? Once you Mega Evolve, because I have the Mega Stone, I repeat, I have the Mega Stone on my Charizard. Once you Mega Evolve, that thing turns into the ability Drought, which turns into the whole Sunrise to the whole Sun, which absolutely activates. I repeat, it activates Venusaur's ability, which is Chlorophyll, which makes Venusaur the fastest Mon in Pokemon history. Once that ability hits and activates that, you have an opportunity to hit Sleeping Powder, which is a 75% chance. So get those gamble dice rolling, because oh my god, this absolutely, Chef Kiss, works in a lot of our favorites, especially when that Suns comes out. Venusaur is absolutely shredding. So if you're able to put a Pokemon to sleep and they're gonna go take a night nap like, you're able to actually leave Storm and do a lot of damage, and you're able to poison with Sludge Bomb. And the thing about a level up Sludge Bomb, it has a 5% chance to get a poison, which can actually come clutch. Venusaur is just there to, you know, do what it needs to do, put Pokemon to sleep. And I'll show you guys the stats right here. So with Dragonite, you want to have max attack with max speed, with an Adonamate nature, with 1 on HP, so it can take some hits. The thing about Primarina, I put a lot of stats in everywhere. I put 87 in speed, I put special attack 183, I put HP 177, and I made the defense 108 with a modest nature. I want Primarina in here because it's one of the most MVPs on the team, and it's there to legitimately be so bulky. This is the Pokemon on the squad that legitimately is going to carry when it needs to carry. Garchomp is just there for just one-shots, dude. It's just there to just one-shot. It's just there to knock out anything that is just legitimately there with max HP, max speed, with a timid nature, or you could go with an attack nature with an Adonamate if you want to do more impact with Adonamate. But if you're already fast with Choice Scarf and you just want to be super, super fast, where you're just being annoyingly annoying, just being so annoying, you can put a timid nature on that to even benefit it about. Tyranitar, I put some special defense because Flash Cannons hurt, Dazzling Gleams hurt, so you know, they're weak to that. So I want the special defense to go up as much as possible. I want the attack to be super impactful, and I want that HP to be literally bulky. And especially with the Sandstream, dude, it's like another heart. It's like you're playing Legend of Zelda, and once the Sandstorm is hitting, it's an extra heart that you have there, which is very beneficial, which I really love. And Charizard, you got max special attack and max speed, and 1 into defense because those Rock Slides could kill. Also, Venusaur 1 HP, max special attack and max speed, which is absolutely amazing. This team got me to Ultra Bar, but let me show you guys the team that got me to Master Rank, the highest Master Rank competitive team in the game. Shout out to Komori exclusively, man. Me and him worked on this team, man, and I couldn't be really happier. We went on like a 25 like an 0 streak. Today we went 7-1. I repeat, 7-1 on Twitch.tv, Twitch Hashira Elements, and I'm really proud of this team. I'm super proud of this team, man. Shout out to the Mega Floette. The only way you can get Mega Floette is through Pokemon Home. And the only way to actually get it through Pokemon Home is to transfer it. I repeat, transfer it from Legends of ZA. You only get one. You only get one Floette. So just make sure, if you're sure, and I repeat, if you're certain, if you even want to do this at all, because your Floette cannot go back to Legends of ZA, guys. So this, for me, was a benefit of the doubt to make something really unique and very special for you guys. So I took it out of my way to make sure that I provide the best content and the best videos that you guys can have. And honestly, I'm gonna show you guys how this team works too. I will be showing you guys how this team works too as well. So we got Floette with Protect. You gotta have Protect. You gotta have Dazzling Gleam. You gotta have a move that can hit 2 Mons. You gotta have Calm Mind. Excuse me. Calm Mind is very important here. Calm Mind raises up your special attack, and it also raises up your special defense, which is very, very important. Once you get like 1 or 2 Calm Minds up, there's nothing, I repeat, nothing that can stop this Floette. And if you need HP, Draining Kiss, you're literally kissing the Pokemon. Every Pokemon that you kiss, you're getting HP back. You're getting about a 25 to 50% actual substantial HP benefit boost. So your Floette is going to be tanky, it's going to be fast, and it's going to always be receiving a bunch of HP. Also, you know I had to bring my boy Garchomp in here, bro. But this time, it's with a different ability, though. And honestly, this is my favorite ability here. Garchomp with the ability Rough Skin. So say if a Pokemon hits your Garchomp, right? It's going to take damage. Why? Because the ability Rough Skin is like super scratchy, right? It's just like immune to like crystals or like scabs or like needles. So the moment they touch your Charizard, they're taking damage. So you want your Garchomp to get hit. But of course you don't want your Garchomp to die either though. So that's why we added this Citrus Berry, because if it takes damage, it gets his HP back to full health or back to half a health, which is very important. We got Earthquake here, which is really nice. I like the matchup between Delphox and Garchomp. I usually have Garchomp and Delphox together because when we set up an Earthquake, right? When we set up an Earthquake, Delphox resists that because he has the Mega ability Levitate, so it can't get hit by any Earthquakes, which is super really important. Rock Slide is here because we can do flinches. We really need flinches here, guys. And Dragon Claw. Oh my god, is Dragon Claw clutching and Dragon Claw hitting like a freaking truck, baby. And that's Garchomp's special move. And that's Garchomp's favorite move, FYI. Also, we got Delphox Warrior with the Mega Stone. We got 2 Megas. Yes, we got 2 Megas on the team, baby. Mega Delphox, baby. My 5th starter of all time when it comes to the to just Pokemon fires. I'm a fire guy at the end of the day. I'm a Litten guy, so you know I had to put my freaking 2 freaking starters in here, baby, because you know I'm a fire guy, baby. I had to get my Incineroar here. I had to get my Delphox. So the baby versions is Fennekin and my boy Team Litten, baby. But before we get back into Incineroar's aspect, let's lock down the stats of the abilities what Delphox does. So what Delphox does, it has Heat Wave. It's a very important special attacking move that is very substantial because it's able to hit not 1 Pokemon. It's able to hit 2 Pokemon with an additional opportunity to as well to get a Heat Wave and a Burn. The cool thing is it has a 10% chance to burn. So imagine if a Pokemon's getting burnt, they're going to be taking burnt damage. And after they're taking burnt damage, you hit it with another Heat Wave, they're taking an additional double heat damage. And also, Encore is very important here too as well, because sometimes people can get annoying with their like movesets, and I mean repeat really honestly with the movesets. So, Encore lasts 5 turns. What does Encore do? It pretty much locks you into a move. Like say someone hits over Protect, right? And Protects are not 100% by the way. So if you lock them into a Protect for 5 turns, you're pretty much just letting your Pokemon's the opposite of the person that you're going against locked into one move, and you can automatically call that a W. Automatically a W. It's a W. Psychic is very, very important, man. Psychic has an opportunity to drop the special defense. The special defense on any Pokemon. And of course, protecting here. Delphox right here is a GOAT. Also, I want to throw in my team boy Litten with Incineroar. I've been having Incineroar on the VGC Master Raid competitive team ever since I was playing Sun and Moon. My favorite region is Sinnoh. That's why I have Palkia in the back of my freaking room, but I also like Sun and Moon. Those are my 2 favorite games, and this is my favorite starter of all time. I'm an Incineroar guy, bro. The ability Intimidate. What does Intimidate do? This pretty much lowers the attack from all physical attackers. You're going to see Dragonites, you're going to see Garchomps, you're going to see Charizards, you're going to see Sneaslers, you're going to see all these freaking annoying ass freaking monsters. You're going to see, man, a lot of water types like Basculegions. You're going to see Pelipper's, bro. You're going to see like a bunch of like different mons, bro, that are just super crazily annoying. But guess what? Incineroar is like a chess piece. I don't know if you guys play chess the game, but this is more of your chess piece. Incineroar is the type of Pokemon you got to switch out and bring back. He is pretty much just take him out, put him in, take him out, put him in, take him out, put him in. Because you got to have that intimidation. Also, Fake Out is very important. Fake Out is a priority move. Fake Out gives an opportunity so a Pokemon on the opposite side does not attack you, which is very important. We got Flare Blitz, especially for those grass types, poison types, you know, steel types, bro. Bring it the fuck on, bro. Because this Flare Blitz is about to be hitting like a freaking truck. Also, we got Throat Chop, which is very important, and it's stab boosted because this man is stab boosted in attack. Also, Parting Shot. It's one of the most coolest moves that I have for Incineroar. This is why I love him so much. This is why it gets so annoying because he's just like so goated. Because Parting Shot, what it does is pretty much lowers Pokemon's special attack and their attack. So imagine just taking him out, bringing him out. You have the intimidation, lowering his attack. You parting shot him, lowering his special attack and attack. You bring him out, bring him out. Dude, this guy is literally the most annoying chess piece in the game. And it's like super fucking cool to even be able to have him back in here. It's super sick. Also, Sneasler, Sneasler, which is an ability unburdened. So his stats won't be affected on his ability whatsoever. Also, we got White Herb too as well. So, close combat literally one-shots anything. I repeat, close combat one-shots anything. Dire Claw is the primary move for Sneasler. Dire Claw has only been able to learn by Sneasler, and this is why Sneasler becomes really the MVP in this game. We have Dire Claw. What does Dire Claw do? Dire Claw has a 15% chance to make a Pokemon go to sleep. It has a 15% chance to have a Pokemon be paralyzed. Paralyzed. It has a 15% chance for a Pokemon to be burnt, and it's in Volcano Flames, baby. It has a 15% chance to go to sleep, get burnt, and also get poisoned, because poison damages too as well. So it has a lot of these status and effect moves, which Dire Claw comes in very goatedly handily. Also, fake out priority move. You always want to fake out a Pokemon so it doesn't attack you right away, especially if you're going against a faster Pokemon. Fake out is the way to go. And we got Protect here, which is really, really crucial because you gotta have protect. You gotta play defensively sometimes, guys. So we got King Gambit, one of my favorite mons of all time. We have an ability Defiant. We see a lot of like intimidators, like Incineroar, like Gyarados, and if they come in there and they hit King Gambit with a Defiant boost, King Gambit's gonna get an attack boost. And an additional attack boost because of the abilities. So if you're coming in there thinking you're gonna intimidate my King Gambit, that's where you have me mistaken, mister. We're gonna get in a Defiant boost, which is gonna raise up our attack. Also, Chople Berry. Because King Gambit is not the most, like, bulkiest mon ever. He's very fragile. Chople Berry is a berry that resists a lot of moves. It keeps the Pokemon literally fighting, bro. Literally in life-saving events. Also, Sucker Punch is priority moves. Sucker Punch one-shots anything. Iron Head has the ability to flinch a Pokemon. And you got Low Kick. Low Kick is as high as the Pokemon stats are, the higher the kick will be. FYI. And then we got Protecting here, which is very substantial. Why? Because I want Protect to be here to be absolutely phenomenal. Also, let's check out the stats. Floette. We got max HP, half of the defense, and half the speed. And one on special defense. I want my Floette to be able to be bulky in special defense, and have a lot of HP, and have a lot of speed. This thing right here is like literally a bulking tank. Now, for Garchomp stamps. Also, Floette, you want to have max special attack. It has to be a modest nature, by the way. For Garchomp, it's a max a dynamic nature with stats in 3 different stats. You want your Garchomp to be super fast, but you also want it to do a lot of attacking. So you got attack and you got speed. And you got max HP, because you want it to survive and you want it to be bulky, just as bulky. Delphox, man. I got 4 stats into everything. Modest nature with max special attack. And we got HP invested EVs. We got defensive EVs invested. We got speed, which is going to be absolutely anything. The cool thing about Delphox, dude, it's like the fastest Pokemon. It's the fastest Pokemon that's out there. It's always going to go off fast in anything. It's super fast. And then we got a special attack, which is at 5. It's not as high as people think. But I made it to 5 because when it comes to Mega Evolution, that 139, when it turns into a Mega Evolution, doubles that special attacking boost, dude. And it gives us the ability to Levitate, which even works in our favor as well. Sneasler, 2 EVs in HP, max attack and max speed with a timid nature. Sneasler is just there to pretty much one-shot everything and to legitimately be the key asset to why you're winning games and the reason why you're winning games overall. Incineroar, max HP, half of your defense is invested into your defense and half of your other EVs is invested in speed. So it's 50 on EVs and speed, 50 on EVs on defense, and max HP. This thing's a Pokemon, and we got the chess pawn to win these games, baby. And also we got King Gambit, max HP, max attack, and max defense. I want it to be bulky, right? Because it's very fragile. So I made it as bulky as possible with a Chople Berry because King Gambit plays a really defiant role on this team, which is crazy because that's his ability, Defiant, which plays out big in our freaking favor, dude. And this mod has taken us to the championship teams. So now, guys, that I got you guys invested in here, and I'm going to show you guys how to use this team overall, too, as well. So give me a second, and I will show you guys the team that I made and the team that I use. So we were literally using this team earlier, right? And I want to show you guys that we literally were in a game, right? This was me playing earlier, right? And we're gonna go into a game. Wow, Mega X, baby daddy. I want to. Okay, so this was our first VGC game of the day, right? You can see that that's me right there, and that's crazy. And if you really want to show you that it's actually me, you can see me right there. You see me right there? You see me? That's literally me right there. I just want to show you guys that that's literally me in that video. So, you're gonna see me really do some work right here. So when you usually see like Floettes, right? Corvid Knights are very bulky. It has Tailwind, it has Bulk Up, it has Drill Pick. Rotom has Hydro Pump, can be very annoying. You got ability, you got Mega X or Mega Y. Also, cool thing about Sinestro, I love it because it has an ability, Hospitality. It pretty much gives your Pokemon HP in battle. But I know what Pokemons I was bringing. I think if I'm not mistaken, I brought Delphox right off the rip, and probably King Gambit. No, I brought Garchomp and Sneasler here because I saw the advances on Charizard, which I could literally Earthquake here. And I wanted to fake out the Mega Evolution right away, so I wanted to stop it, even though Megas are priority, but I stopped it from attacking, which was really important right here to the show. I'll show you exactly how my brain was working. I was talking to chat, guys, as you can see. My family in here is very supportive, so you guys can see how booming it was, bro. And I was thinking it's a Mega Y, because 90% of the games you see Mega Y evolutions, but for this important reason, we saw a Mega X. So I stopped it from even attacking at all, which was really important. And you got Sneasler that's always gonna fake out too as well. It's an important mon right here. And Rock Slide did a lot of damage. As you can see, I got 50 HP already on the Charizard. But I see that he invested his EVs and IVs a lot bulkily defensively on his Charizard. He didn't go for speed, guys. He went for bulk. So at this point, I was just trying to see what Pokemons I brought in a battle. And I can show you, I brought Delphox and I brought King Gambit in here. So I was just legitimately just timing the situation and figuring the situation out. So I had Dragon Claw here, and I wanted to, I think I Dire Claw, or maybe I Protected here. Yeah, I Dire Claw for sure. I close combat? No way. No, I definitely Dire Claw for sure. Yeah, I 100% Dire Claw here. I'm just saying, I know my brain. So I Dire Claw. I was hoping for like a Paralyze, a Sleep, you know, a Poison, or a Fire Burn, but none of that happened. But then he closed combat my Garchomp, which took half of his HP away. And this is where it comes really important with the Citrus Berry and Rough Skin. Rough Skin literally took some of his HP off, and you can see that my literally Citrus Berry activated. I can see that he removed his stats with his White Orb, which I wasn't really bothered by it, but this is where my Garchomp goes down. I was like, oof, because I was super mad. But however, he took damage from my Rough Skin, which was very, very important in this situation. So right here, I'm thinking, what's the next bet? What am I going to do? What am I thinking? So I bring Delphox right off the rip, right? I'm going to go straight for a Mega. I'm going straight for I'm going to go straight for a Psychic. So I went straight for a Psychic. I think I go straight for the Sneasler here in this situation. Yep, I definitely did. And here I went for a Dire Claw, or I think, yeah, for all the Charizard. Yeah, I definitely did that. I think this is where he switches his Charizard, though, if I'm not mistaken. I think he wanted to keep his Charizard alive. World Tour, I think it's in August. And this right here, guys, I was explaining that, you know, I was going to Pokemon Worlds. I can't wait to play Pokemon Worlds. I can't wait to be competitively in Pokemon Championship games. See, this is what Hospitality does. It brings up the HP right here, too, as well. And you already know we're Mega Evolving right off the rip.
Why the fuck are you fucking home now, motherfucker? What happened when we were
Also, I'm really loud and really contagious. As you can see here, I wanted to go for the Sneasler, but I got a special defense stop there, which was very important right there. And then I Dire Claw the Charizard, and I put it to sleep.
We all go.
Because I literally put a Charizard to sleep. I put a Mega Charizard X to sleep in battle, which was super important here. And right here, we're just talking about wrestling. We're like big wrestling fans, guys, FYI. We doubled up on those mons, and then I think I just Dire Claw the Sinestro here. Because I was thinking he's going to Rage Power, right? Because Sinestro usually has Rage Power, which redirects hits. But he took him out, though. So this gives us a free hit right into the Corviknight. Oh, this Heat Wave was going to hit. but it missed the Corvin Knight surprisingly, which I was super bothered by. But that takes out the Sinistra.
Now we're concerned is getting this fucking guy.
And now here, I think I Dire Clawed into the actual Corvin Knight here. Which is not effective because it's not effective into the Corvin Knight. So, he was a really good switch on his end right here. But I wanted to see what he was going to bring out too as well when he came out of the situation. And I think it's essentially he uses Tailwind here. But I protected here. I took a total switch here. Instead of protecting here, I should have hit with the Heat Wave, which I should have never done. But I ended up protecting here. And right here, I ended up Dire Clawing the Sneasler, which I honestly get the Sneasler out too as well, which was very important here. And you can see I Dire Clawed the Sneasler and got it almost to 100% out the way. I was super surprisingly how he not died though. But he was trying to hit my Delphox, which I wasn't allowing him to hit. Then he tailwinds up. So now we're playing defensively in this situation here. And right here, I think I end up Heat Wave. I ended up doubling up here, and I ended up just Dire Clawing. I ended up protecting, actually. Okay, cool. Which I love to see. I protected my Sneasler because my Sneasler is like my MVP a lot of my games, so I like to try to keep him as like, you know, protected as possible. I was really bothered that my Delphox right here got paralyzed because I was like, ugh. But I was super happy because at least I protected my Sneasler here in this situation. And then I Heat Wave, I got the Sneasler out, I got the Corvin Knight almost completely out, and I had the Sneasler Phaeton, which was super important here. So now the Corvin Knight has leftovers, which is usually run by Corvin Knights. They're bulky guys, so be very careful with them. Then I see Charizard, which is sleeping. I made a big mistake here, guys. I could have just doubled up and attacked, but I ended up, I think, like, protecting here. Or I ended up protecting in general. Right here, I made a mistake here. I protected, which I was supposed to actually Heat Wave, and we would have won the game right away.
No, what am I doing, bro?
But I made a big mistake. But right there, you would have just won the game with Heat Waves right off the rip. But we still won, though, because we had 2 extra mons in the back, baby. Let's go. So I protected here. And plus, I think he was still on a Tailwind, too, as well. So I was playing it really defensively, now that I think about it. We were protecting that Sneasler at all costs. Delphox couldn't because he unfortunately got, you know, paralyzed right there. But hear me out. You're going to see the Tailwind has 1 out of 4 tries, so I'm actually glad. I know I kind of thought I sold, but I didn't because it was very important. Here, in this situation, I just pretty much just doubled up on the Charizard because I wanted the Charizard to die because I think he was going to wake up anytime out of his sleep, let's be honest. So this right here, Charizard wakes up, and he takes out my Sneasler, which is unfortunate. However, though, Iron Head on a Fairy in a Fire type doesn't do that much damage at all. So I knew my Delphox was going to survive here. And now here, and it flinched though, which was bad RNG in my favor right here, to be honest with you. That's why I love Iron Head and I run Iron Head. But now that his Tailwind played off, I knew I was in a winning situation here, and I knew for a fact that I was going to win no matter what. Because I had a healthy King Gambit. And my Pokemon is faster than all of his mons put together, so I doubled up there, and I Sucker Punch. Also, Sucker Punch always goes first. I repeat, Sucker Punch always goes first, but I Sucker Punch the Charizard to get it out the way because he's a big threat against my King Gambit. Let's go. Get that out of there, man. Let's go, man. And there you go. Let's go, baby!
Call me the greatest fucking VGC competitor of all time, bro!
The greatest VGC competitor player of all time, baby!
Go, bro!
Let's go, man. Let's freaking go. That was my 6 games in a row, guys. And I just got so happy, so I ended up doing a spinny kick for enjoyment.
Go, man!
And that was 5 games. 5 in a row right there, dude, which was really, really important here. I want to show you that the team really works well, which really works well. Okay, hold on. Here, I think this is where I don't win in this situation here. But I'm gonna go to another victory that I won.
That's awesome. Yo, we're fine.
Hold on. Okay, in this situation right here, we're going against Steezler, and we're going against a Whimsicott in this situation. So we start off with Steezler and Delphoxes. This is what I was predicting, and I knew for a fact that we were definitely going to win this one. So, right here, I was thinking, what am I going to do, right? But I wanted to fake him out, and I wanted to Mega Evolve, so we were able to attack 2 Mons at once. But I wanted to take out the Steezler, though, because that Sneezer's gonna die in one shot. If we can legitimately hit Psychic on a Sneezer, he's a one shot out the way.
The flower of all flowers, the flower of all goddesses. Welcome in, queen. How we been today, woman? How we been today, Rose? Come on, fake out. What we faking out? Oh, you little bitch. Oh, it's fine.
He fucked out my Delphox, which I was kind of pissed off. But I stopped their Tailwind, though. Now I'm in a situation where I'm way faster than anybody that's out there now. So now I go for a Dire Claw, and I think I go for a Heat Wave.
Let's Dire Claw here because we know we're faster.
And then we go for a Psychic right here into the Sneasler.
I really want this fucking guy out. He might protect here. If I was him, I'd protect right there. Encore.
Oh, he got really annoying with this Encore. I think I had to replace my Sneasler and get him out the way too as well.
Wow, what a bastard. Okay. Okay.
But we still win this one 100% down. So this Sneasler can say, see ya!
See ya! Can we get some see yas in the chat? See ya!
One hit KO, baby.
So now,
A one hit KO.
so now we're gonna switch up right here.
I was super happy in this situation to see that one shot go out. I already knew I was gonna die. But now he has King Gambit in here.
Probably gonna on me right now.
Which I wasn't really, really bothered by that. I know I had to take my Delphox out here, which was really important. So I brought out my Garchomp right here. And I wanted to, start Earthquaking.
Okay, well.
Which is really important for me to actually do that switch right now. Sucker Punch, which it failed, which was really cool to see. And then Caesar has no more lose left. He can use his struggle, but it took some damage onto that.
Here's my concern.
I had to switch. Moonblast, we take those. It doesn't do anything to Sneasler, which is totally fine. In this situation, I had to switch out my Sneasler.
Okay, so I'm locked. We're gonna bring Delphox back in here, and then we're going.
And we're just gonna go straight for an Earthquake.
Fucking Earthquake on this guy. Let's go. Have not been busy. What's up? Have not been busy. What's up? What do you mean by you not being busy? What's up? What have you been busy with?
And this is why Earthquake plays a big factor when it comes to VGC competitively. Because it doesn't affect my Delphox at all.
I don't know if you downloaded this game, but I'm currently on Master Rank. I'm a Master Rank VGC competitor right now. We're doing global events, and I'm going to Pokemon Worlds this year. So we got that guy. We hit him right there.
And now I knew I was in a really good situation right here. I knew I could just literally double up and double up again. This is why this team right here looks really well. Heat Waves and Earthquakes are the unique factor of success.
Yo, Red, welcome back, baby.
Shady's back.
Yo, Red, I know it's ready. You, boss, man. Welcome back, Red. How are we feeling today, brother? You need to start prioritizing on your father, man. Honestly, check up on him, man. We live this.
I already knew we lived that, and I already knew we were gonna live that. And we got the Citrus Berry right here too as well. And now this is a GG's on my end because I automatically won. Took out that Whimsicott out of here.
He doesn't attack my Garchomp here, and we automatically just kill this shit with.
And I Earthquake it. I get the W here.
We have Levitate, which is Delphox, which is really good. This should just kill this. Let's go.
We out here.
How was your day at work, brother?
And I think he has one more Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken, here. But I still win in this situation. Yeah, he had his Mega Gardevoir out here. And his Tailwind was still up too as well. So I had to play really defensively here too as well. But I saw I had all my 4 Pokemon still left. So I was like, I'm in a really good situation. So I had to think before I was doing. So I started to see his Tailwind in the situation too. So I double protected here, I think.
We're going to protect here. And then we're going to protect here as well. We're going to try to stall off the Tailwind right now, to be honest with you. So he's going to Mega Ball. Very exhausting, but it's good. Red, that's awesome, brother. Love to hear that, brother. So what do you do for work again, Red? Has he been bouncing off in different units?
And now, also Mega Gardevoir is very scary. It has Dazzling Gleam, it has Psychic, it has Moonblast. It can be very cracked here.
Egg, bro. I want to redo the Easter egg, brother. When can we redo it? Hyper Voice, we're fine. I low-key want a heat wave here.
So we pretty much heat wave here.
Honestly, I want to fucking earthquake this guy, to be honest.
But I know his Gardevoir was faster. I know my Garchomp was gonna go down here. But I was totally fine. Garchomp did so well. And I was so proud of my Garchomp, guys. You have no idea how proud I am with him. And how impactful he was and how happy I was for him. I was super really proud of that. And now in these situations here, we switch out here. And dude forfeited. He had no one else to do. Another W, baby.
Let's fucking go, baby. Let's go, bro. Let's fucking go, bro. Let's fucking go. I don't know.
In this situation right here, you see Sneasler, you see Rotom, you see Incineroar, right? You see Charizard, and you see Venusaur. You're gonna expect Charizard and Venusaur together.
This is not what I want. Garchomp and I want Sneasler right off the rip, to be completely honest with you. Hear me out. That I'm really like scared of that rock slide though. So we gotta bring Infloette in the back, and we gotta bring King Gambit back here. I think we're pretty good here, to be honest with you. I think I'm looking good. No lie. I don't know why I thought you had a different Twitch name. I'm dumb.
Do I win this game? I don't remember. I don't remember winning. I don't know if I won this game. Yeah, I think I win this game. Yeah, I do win this game. Yeah, I won this game. I was like, I don't think I won, but I definitely won. Because I remember my Garchomp waking up, which was very important in this matchup. It was the most important thing that ever happened. So I pretty much just go for a fake out into the Venusaur, which I should have done for the Charizard. But I wanted to fake him out.
So we do that, and then we'll just rock slide here. We gotta do it sometime, bro. Interesting. What do you play? What do you play? I'm no clue at the moment.
And surprisingly, you see a Mega Charizard X. We usually always see Mega Charizard Ys, which is crazy, guys.
I really want to stop that chlorophyll, though, to be honest with you.
And we saw an actual Charizard Y, which was absolutely crazy. Which was super really cool. He double protected here. He wanted to see what I was doing. Very smart play for him. Now he has Sleep Powder, which is Chloro, which sucks.
Now he has the ability drought here too, which is fucking horrible. I really hope the Sleep Powder does not hit me. I repeat, I hope the Sleep Powder does not hit me. But we're gonna go in here with a Dire Claw into him, and we're gonna double up on this.
I Dire Clawed him, and I literally just Rock Slide off the rip. I really wanted to get that Charizard out, and I know my Caesar's way faster. But however, though, he withdrew his Charizard, which I was kind of bad about. And he brought into his Caesar, so I was like, okay, cool. Now we gotta be very careful with that, you know? And he put away my Garchomp. In this situation, my Garchomp is the fucking goat of all goats. My Garchomp is the goat of all goats. My Garchomp wakes up right away.
Are you gonna be playing Fortnite with this today, baby?
My Garchomp wakes up right away. And I'm thinking, holy freaking moly, I can't believe this actually happened. But I was super happy here because we protected here and we Earthquake.
If he wakes up, that could be really fucking nice, to be honest with you. I would really love my Garchomp to wake up like right off.
And look at this. They try to double up and leave Storm miss. Garchomp wakes up. He woke up. He woke up. And knocked it out the way. Double hit KO. Double one hit KOs, guys.
Let's fucking go.
And that thing died.
I hope you're learning, Zach. I hope you're learning, Zara.
And he forfeited.
I made people quit, Zach. I made people look like fucking bitches, bro.
And I made the person quit. And as you can see, I'm a top master, top ranked competitor. Win 50 battles for using 50 different Poke types, poison types. And I pretty much in this situation was showing out my team. I was sharing my rental code. So guys, if you guys want the opportunity to take my rental code and take my team, this is your opportunity, guys, here to actually take my team. Because I was legitimately showing my squad here. And I was legitimately showing this team. And then I legitimately was showing other teams. So this is the team that I was showing you guys right off the rip. So hopefully, guys, this video has shown you guys how to competitively compete. And at a very high quality type of actual mechanically transitioning us like equivalently, incredibly, GOAT Master Rank competitively, VGC competitive at standpoint. So I wanted to just throw out some, you know, some options out there, guys. If you want to be able to hit Master Rank, hit a like, hit a follow. Let me know if this video helped you out, guys, for some apparent reason. I just want to help out people, and as you guys know, Pokemon's been my life since I was a little kid, and I'm just really grateful that we're really growing. We're averaging 35 to 40 views on Twitch. I'm partnered and sponsored by Pokemon. I'm grateful for that too as well. So stop by at Twitch, Hashira Elements. And yeah, guys, hit a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you guys so much for watching this video.